Okay, 3 times Om Sahana Vavatu. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. I'll chant Shanti Mantra first. Om Bhadram Karne Vishrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashye Makshabhirya Jatraha Sthirairangai Stuštuvagam Sastanubhi Vyashema Devahitai Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravaha Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti nastarshyo arishtanemihi Swasti no bruhaspatir dadhatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I'll chant couple of mantras. Okay. 8 and 9th that we have seen already. Sa Brahma sa Shiva Sendra Soksharav Paramaswarat Sa Eva Vishnu sa Pranaha Sa Kalogni sa Chandramaha Sa Eva Sarvam Yad Bhutam Yaccha Bhavyam Sanatanam Gnatva Tam Mrityum Atyeti Nanyaf Panthaf Vimuktaye. So we have seen here that Upanishad is giving teaching, or we can say Brahmaji is giving teaching to Aswalayana student about Brahma Vidya. And in Brahma Vidya, the very first message, after having just stated the prerequisite or the qualification in form of a Vairagya, dispassion, the very first Upadesha in line of Brahma Vidya is in how to perform meditation. Okay, how to meditate upon the Brahman. But as per the level of being the student have, the Upanishad prescribes 3 different levels of meditation: Ekarupa Ishvara Dhyana, Anekarupa Ishvara Dhyana, and Arupa Ishvara Dhyana. Okay, so the last one is a without form, without attribute. The Lord, in form of a consciousness principle, in form of an existence principle, without any particular attribute or guna, and without any particular form, any shape or size. Okay. So these 2 kind of meditation, other than 2, other than this one are also called upasana. Ekarupa and Anekarupa is also called upasana. That's another word also. Upasana is also a kind of a meditation only. Okay, but over there, the object of meditation is a particular form. Okay, maybe having a limbs just like us also, or a lump or some abstract shape or a rough shape. Okay, but important is that the disciple or the seeker has that bhava and that buddhi of Lord in that object. That's important. Okay, and the third type of meditation, arupa meditation, other way around, is called nididhyasana. That itself is a nididhyasana, which follows shravana and manana. Okay, so how it should go in sequence, that ekarupa ishvara dhyana, then anekarupa ishvara dhyana, then shravana manana, and then arupa ishvara dhyana. It should go that way. Okay, how one should proceed. So this is the link. Shravana manana is necessary, understanding learning the scriptures, the Upanishad, the Vedanta, and well understanding it, and well thinking about also, busting all our doubts is necessary. And then this arupa ishvara meditation is been stated over here in last few mantras, that how that same consciousness principle is pervading across the universe, or the same consciousness principle is the creator, sustainer, destroyer, and all different deities or devatas what we see. Okay, so that consciousness principle is all and everything. And what is the benefit of knowing this? So the Shruti says the benefit is one is out of fear of death for good. Okay, I remember the Lord Buddha when he attained nirvana. Okay, and the story before nirvana, that I think more or less we know. Okay, that he took a vow that, let this body die or just fall down, but I won't budge. I want nirvana. Okay, and after he got to nirvana, he also narrated that way, that my days of sorrows are gone for good. Okay, my days of fear are gone for good. Okay, so that much power of self-knowledge is. Okay, and I just told yesterday as well that fear of sorrow is lurking behind all our transactions, more or less. Okay, I remember one a good thinker and writer as well, Eknath Ranade. I hope that is his name. He says very nicely that when I was a kid, my grandma used to send me to the graveyard when somebody died, and they were taking that person to the graveyard, to crematory rather, to cremate them. My grandma used to just make sure, he was a kid, he was make sure, okay, you go there and see what happens. And he says, I used to observe all the process, what is going on with the body. And they said it under fire and all. And that particular episode or such episodes has given a profound understanding about the journey of this body. Okay. When we experience it, we also get to know it that one day my turn also will be there. There will be my turn also. My turn means this body also. Okay. So there is a deep down not only acceptance, but person don't get deluded by just what one sees. Okay. One has a complete picture of entire cycle of this body. Okay. That's what he told. And in our society also designed such a way, okay, that we see all around the schools and the parks and malls and cinemas, yes, but we don't see graveyards. They are just hidden in a corner somewhere. Okay, they are not highlighted even. They are just pushed in a corner. The reason is the same. Okay. Reason is what? Yes, just see what is part of a gala time. Just see that only. Yes, but this is a fact of the life. Okay, and that can teach tons in terms of valuing the human life also, how to utilize the human life, the moments we are in this body, human body, and at the same time valuing what is valuable. Okay, so such kind of training, if it's given, it's better. Okay, so here we have seen that having gained this knowledge, one is free from the fear of death. Means one is clear that I don't have a death, body will definitely have its own process. Okay, body will have its own degeneration and decaying also and all. But I don't have a death because I am consciousness principle functioning through this body, or manifesting rather through this body. That life principle, the living principle is I. Okay, and it is pervading in and through entire body. It is evident through all my transactions, all my perceptions, all my thoughts, emotions also. Okay. So because of that consciousness principle, all these different kind of equipments can function. And type of function will be based on the equipments and the quality of the equipments. Just like electricity. Because of electricity, different gadgets function, and how they function based on their quality. The heater will heat the water. Okay, the AC will cool down the air, like that. It all depends based on the gadget. But the same electricity is in and through these gadgets. That clarity I have with regard to this BMI, and not only that, with regard to the cosmos as well. So that all pervading consciousness principle, all pervading existence principle is I.
That was Ramana Maharshi's experience, of course, at the age of 16, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Ramana Maharshi's experience was the same. Okay. Okay, so having said that, we can proceed in the next mantra. I'll chant. Here also the state of realization, self-realization is been narrated very well. Sarva bhutasthamatmanam sarva bhutani chatmani sampashyan brahma paramam yati nanyena hetuna. Okay. So here also the man of realization, what is his vision? Atmanam sarva bhutastham pashyati. That's first. Okay. And again we should be clear that the man of realization has undergone all different levels of sadhana, and just graduated from level 1 evolution to level 2, level 3, all, upasana, shravana, manana, nididhyasana is done properly. Okay. Atmanam sarvabhutastham pashyati. Atmanam is one's own self consciousness principle. One sees very clearly that Chaitanya, this consciousness principle, is evidently present in all beings. Okay, all things and beings. Okay, Mama Atma Sarva Bhutantaratma. That's also another statement elsewhere. Or Sutre Mani Ganaiva in Bhagavad Gita as well. Okay, just like a thread is in and through all the bits, and there is a mala, rosary. Same way, this consciousness principle, I, is in and through everything. Okay.
Is all living things or in Jad also?
In Jad also. In Jada, is different way it is. Different way is expressed. In living thing is there is expression of existence and consciousness. In a Jada or inert, there is expression of existence principle. Isness. The isness principle is consciousness principle, but different way expresses it. So I am and I am consciousness principle. So in living beings, because there is some special characteristic which we call a mind or sukshma sharira, there is a reflection of the Brahman, and that reflection can be experienced, which is consciousness principle. Okay. In inert, why we call inert? Because there is no mind there. Okay. So mind means what? Reflecting media, just like a mirror. Okay. So there is no reflecting media. So consciousness is not felt there. Consciousness is not experienced there, but there existence is experienced.
Existence is there.
Isness.
Jad, whatever it is. But that consciousness is not there. Whatever.
Not felt. Not felt or not experienced. It is there because existence is consciousness. Existence and consciousness, there are not two.
They're the
Same
same thing.
thing. That's why. Okay. That's why I say, what is the realization of Gnani? I am, and I am consciousness principle. Okay. The isness and consciousness both are not separate. Okay. I am consciousness principle. So the isness is there in consciousness also. So it's a club. That's a nature of self. Okay. Okay, so self is in everything, okay, and self is everything. Sarva Shakshi, Sarva Adhara, Sarva Atma. That's the vision of a Gnani. See, just to understand this phenomena, our scripture also gives a beautiful example of space. Like we have a like a particular house, okay, where there are like 5 rooms, okay. One hall is there, bedroom 1, bedroom 2, some is big, some are small bedroom, etc. Okay. And kitchen is there, little smaller compared to bedroom, maybe. So that's one thing, but in each room, more bigger or smaller, there is a space. The space is there in each room. Okay. And we live in a space, not in a walls. Hopefully we don't crawl on walls. Okay? We live in a space, which we call room space. Isn't it? Room space. And that room space is big for the big room and small for the small room. Okay. Okay. So what we say, there are five room space, or five different kind of space, more or small or big. Okay. The space is the same. Okay. Across all different rooms, but based on the size of the room, the space also will be said to be big or small. Okay. So space is across all the rooms. The characteristic of a walls defines the I would say superimposes the characteristic on a space as well. These are very meticulously technical words, that's why I'm using it. It's needed. Okay, superimpose it. Okay. So that's one. Now another higher fact is that the space being subtlest most among the elements, even walls also exist in space. The walls are also in space. So the level one is that there are five spaces. The same space is in a subdivided in a five as though. Okay. And the level 2 is that entire house rests in a space. Okay. The same applies to the self as well. Okay. The same self is in all bhutas, all beings. Okay. And based on the characteristic of the being, the self is superimposed to be that particular type of. Okay, that's one. And where these bhutas or beings rest, they rest in a self.
The rest in the self.
Their substratum is what? Self. Okay. That is the revelation. That is the revelation after this meditation, the very, very sublime meditation process. And here the one particular the word is used by Shruti, sampashyan. Means the one is able to see or able to know the consciousness principle. Okay, sampashyan. It's just like a third eye of a Shiva. You know, it's a gnana eye, gnana chakshu. So we are also potential Shiva with the closed eyes, third eyes closed. When it's opened, by this process of meditation, Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, we be able to see this particular higher truth, what Upanishad is talking. Okay. Sampashyan. Okay. One sees the truth. Okay. As is. One has that vision of what is. The isness principle one is able to know. Here seeing is been used just because in our waking world also that seeing is given utmost importance. You know, that's why we say seeing is believing. We don't say hearing is believing. Even though we hear, but still we say seeing is believing.
Witnessing.
The witnessing, eye witness. We don't say ear witness like that. So things are there. And what sampashyan means, what he sees, paramam brahma yati, as a result. That vision is there. Vision we have seen that sarva bhutas Samaatmanam sarva bhutani chatmani. That's Bhagavad Gita. So that vision, what is the result of that vision? Paramam brahma yati, means one attains Brahman. Brahmavit brahmaiva bhavati. That's another statement. Means in terms of self-knowledge, knowing results into becoming. Knowing results into becoming. I be self. I know self, and as a result, naturally I be self. That's the beauty of self-knowledge. Unlike other type of knowledge, okay, other type of knowledge, over there I know first, and then I put forth effort, and then I attain. All three is a must. I know, I put forth effort, and I attain. In self-knowledge, I know, by knowing I attain. Okay.
Without experiencing that, how can you become?
That knowing is experiencing. That knowing is experiencing. Such a subtle, such a sublime, that even I can say such experience is. It's experience. Okay. I have to open up a little bit more about experience. Unlike other experiences what we are having, where there is a triputi, the subject, object, and process of knowing or experiencing. See, knowing is experiencing. Right? In terms of a self-knowledge, I know myself as ever-pervading Sarva Vyapaka Chaitanya principle. Okay. So I experience consciousness as a myself. Okay. So knowing is equal to experiencing. Just like other, I know things means I experience also. This is if we just spill little bit some surface, we get to know. Without knowing, we cannot have experience. I just put that way also. Now it will be clear, right? Without knowing, we can't have experience. Experience is what to know. Okay. And the beauty or the uniqueness of this knowledge or this experience is the object is very subject. Unlike other experiences, object is very subject.
And actually, what you know is becoming a part of you.
Say it again.
What you know is becoming a part of you.
Kind of we say part of you means yes. Kind of we can say that way.
So direct perception in that sense. That it's
Yes. See, each we can say kind of because that each statement we use it from our pool of objective experiences. You know, the kind of we can say yes, but we have to derive the implication. That implication is necessary because it's not objective experience; it's a subjective experience. You know, so we can say that what I know, it becomes part of me, or I become that, or that becomes me. Doesn't matter because it becomes one only, right? But the implication should be seen that way. You were saying something?
So, Swamiji, you are saying Gnata and Gnan is there, Gne is not there. Subject is object means.
Gnana is there. The Gnata is having a Gnana of Gneya, which is Gnata only. That way. So Gnata and Gne are one as a result. Okay. That way. Okay. It's called Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati. And so, why it is that so? That I know and I don't need to do anything and I become that? That question also should come. Because we don't see anywhere else like that. Okay. Generally. Okay. Something we can find out there also afterwards. See, the knowledge, the self-knowledge, what it does, the self-knowledge dispels the ignorance. The self-knowledge, the role of the self-knowledge, role of meditation, role of nididhyasana is what? To dispelling, to cut down our own wrong understanding, wrong perceptions, wrong convictions. Okay, it dispels it. Okay, and that's what, and that is the role of self-knowledge. Done. And then what is revealed. What is revealed. Because now there is no more the obstruction. No avarodha, no ignorance layer. Because of ignorance layer, I was understanding the omnipotent self, which is I myself, as a BMI only. Okay. So dispelling this layer of ignorance is the process of meditation. And that's why that's another point I'm just putting. The process of meditation is never passive. It's very, very active. It's a light of knowledge through the shell, that is a daring, I'm using the word shell of Upanishadic mantra. The Upanishadic mantras or the knowledge I have gained, okay, it has potent knowledge which can dispel the darkness of ignorance. Okay, so such highly active state is during meditation. Okay, or such meditation is being talked about here. We can say that way also. And the Shruti also says here also, is there any other way, plan B, for gaining this knowledge? No. Na anyena hetuna yati. Okay, we don't have any other way. But one has to know oneself as infinite being.
Being driven into a corner.
Yes. Yeah, not anymore. Quite clearly, if it sounds bitter, okay, that's fine. You go ahead. You have to take it like that. Yeah, if you want cure. So, just suppose that, because the scriptures also talk about very many different sadhana paddhatis, even great masters also, that we should sum up as some sadhana paddhati, or many are for the chitta shuddhi. Okay, some are for chitta ekagrata. Okay, focusing of mind. Okay, some are for chitta vishalata, means large-heartedness. Okay, all included in chitta shuddhi in a general way. Okay, but why I'm telling that way, that I feel I don't have any negativity. Okay, I feel I don't have I experience that also, I don't have any vikshepa, disturbance, the negativity, disturbance, I don't have it. Okay, so then do I need still chitta shuddhi effort? So yes. Which way? I need that my chitta, my mind should be focused for long. Okay, that training also one need to give. Because our minds also keep wandering for nothing. See, true, na? Mushkil. Even I'm clear, I don't want anything from surrounding, I don't want anything from any person, but still my mind just wanders. It's a habit. It's called habitual error. Error is there because of habit only. It's a habitual error.
But that is with everybody. It is not error. It is a common default.
See, that is a word game. Okay, because it speaks with everybody, we cannot say it's an error, is it? And fact is, it's not with everybody. We can say it's for most or many. There are some who are out of it. Okay, right. So the point is, not only my mind is negativity free, my mind is single pointed. Okay, because many times it happens that my mind is negativity free. No frictions, no disturbance, it's fine. Okay, I don't have anything to do with the worldly ambitions also, it's fine. But moment I try to focus, I doze off. Khatam?
Merging with the self.
The merging with ignorance instead of self. Okay, deep down, that inertia. Okay, that's also another problem. Okay, so single pointedness, alertness, and for that I need some spiritual practice. Okay, and proper practice is called upasana. Okay, that's a higher kind of a sadhana. And as and when I get time and I feel like I do, otherwise it's fine. It's called, okay, daily sadhana is happening. Daily sadhana is happening. And proper, dedicated, with the vow, with the will, with the determination and higher priority is called upasana. Okay, so objectives are such that my mind becomes single pointed, my mind's alert for a long time, single pointed, and all this narrow mindedness due to earlier selfishness, no more now. Okay, earlier selfishness based narrow mindedness I also need to remove. For that also upasana. Okay, so all this done, and then naturally Bhagwan takes care of that person. Ramana Maharshi also says the Guru comes, Guru appears in his life, his or her life, and then makes the sadhaka walk the journey of Vedanta, Shravana Manana. Okay, especially the Shravana. Okay, because Shravana, if done properly, then only Manana possible. Then only contemplation, self-contemplation possible. And then followed by that, Nididhyasana. Okay. And each step we go further, there is a deeper and deeper level of fulfillments as well. Okay. So there is no other way. One need to follow this Rajamarga, the royal path. Okay. And other day I also told that even bhakti also the same. From apara bhakti to para bhakti. Okay, apara bhakti to para bhakti. And in para bhakti, the I-ness, individuality, that low, small, tiny individuality is rubbed off to zero. There is a Kabir's doha, prema gali ati sankadi, ताके दो न समाए, जहां मैं वहां हरि नहीं, जहां हरि वहां मैं नहीं, पराभक्ति. Okay, oneness. Okay, so one way is that I am everything, another way is I am nothing. Means I want be one with the everything only. Okay. So, na anyena hetuna yati, nanya pantha ayanaya vidyate. Okay, that's right. That's it. So, sampashyan pashyati. Okay, sampashyan is yathartha darshan is there. Okay, and the Shruti also talks in the line of indirectly that the ignorance-based perception one has busted quite well. Ignorance-based understanding one has busted quite well. What is ignorance based perception and understanding? Seeing is believing. Seeing is believing. There is a sunrise, there is a sunset, okay, it's like that only. But what is a higher truth? Perception based truth is that only, that okay, sunset is about to sunset and all. Okay. The higher truth is not that way. Okay. Earth is flat, but higher truth is not that way. Earth, the experience is the earth is still. Higher truth is not that way. 65,000 miles per hour. So, that way, by questioning one's own experiences, perceptions, understanding in the light of Vedanta, in the light of Shravana and Manana, okay, one has busted all one's wrong understandings, and by process of meditation, one has established into the truth, established into the what Vedanta says, that I am Brahman. That is a knowledge, self-knowledge. Okay. So that is a result of self-knowledge as well. That's okay. Okay. The next mantra will be easier now. The next mantra now talks about the, because it started with the nididhyasana, meditation. The next mantra now talks about the process of even Shravana and Manana also. Okay. Generally, first Shravana, then Manana, and last nididhyasana. But the Upanishads start with the meditation first, and then how one can just reach to the point of meditation is being talked about now. Okay. I'll chant. Atmanamaranim krutva pranavanchottaranim gnana nirmathanabhyasat pasham dahati panditaha. So, one beautiful analogy has been given over here, that how the sadhaka should proceed in this Gnana Yoga with analogy. Okay. And in analogy, the central part is a fire. The fire. Okay. Actually, Shruti wants to express what one should do during Shravana and Manana. Meditation part is for now is over. For now. Okay. Now the process of Shravana and Manana, what one should do. Okay. Or how one should do. How one should perform. Go through that process. That has been explained over here. Okay, with the analogy of the fire. Fire is at the center, because fire is very much important. Why fire has been used? Because fire dispels the darkness. Okay, dispels the darkness, and as though reveals the object. As though reveals the object. Actually, it dispels the darkness, and the object is revealed naturally. But because of darkness, object was right there in front, it was as though not there. As though it was not there. Okay. Because if I don't know anything, it's not there for me. Isn't it? Okay. As though it's not there. So fire dispels the ignorance of darkness and reveals the object. That's one. And second, the fire always goes upward. Fire goes upward. Okay. And fire burns anything and everything into ash. Okay, these are the characteristics of fire. Okay, so the fire is compared with the knowledge. The knowledge also does the same. Because of ignorance, okay, the truth or the thing is as though not there. See, ignorance only is the playing the role of denying the existence of Brahman for us. Okay, as though not there. Okay, what the knowledge does, it dispels the ignorance. As a result, that ever present, all present Brahman is revealed. Okay, and knowledge always inspires us and takes us more away from tamas and towards sattva and sattvatita. Okay, and the knowledge dispels, knowledge burns down all the layers of ignorance also. Okay, so such is the beauty of this knowledge. And that knowledge is been in our culture also, that knowledge is compared with the light, okay, or the fire. Okay, the fire represents the knowledge. Okay, so this particular fire is been created in a unique way. In this analogy, this particular fire is created in a unique way, not by the matchbox or some spark or electric current or lighter, no. Okay, the sacred way, because it's a divine fire. Oh, okay, so what is the sacred way of creating this fire? Okay, by rubbing the sticks, rubbing the dry wood. Okay, it's called arani kashta. Arani kashta. See, through this analogy, the Upanishad wants to teach us a particular principle also. So what kind of process one should undergo? That's the objective. Okay. So first of all, we understand the analogy, the example, how it goes. That in order to create the fire from the wood by rubbing it, certain paraphernalias are necessary. Say that 2 sets of wood is necessary. The wood 1 would lay fixed on ground.
Which what? Wood one. One wood will be on the ground.
On the ground.
The other one will be
Okay. It will be on the ground and it will be fixed, unmoving. Okay. And there will be some hole-like depression also in it. That's first wood. What is the role of the second wood? What kind of second wood will be? It's a pointed. It will be pointed. Okay. And it will go into that depression and then it will be rubbed. Okay.
like we churn.
Like a churning. Okay. And then generally, we put like some small twigs or some dry coconut hairs also over there, because when we churn, it heats up. Okay. And then after a while there is a spark, and to catch the spark and to create a bigger fire, we use the coconut hairs and all. Dry small twigs also, etc. Dry leaves, whatever. Okay. We use that. And somebody does a churning process also. Okay. And as a result, there is a fire. As a result, there is a light of fire. Okay. So now, this having known this analogy, the Upanishad says that we should also undergo this kind of a process. The student should undergo this kind of a process. As a result, there will be fire of knowledge. There will be light of a knowledge. Okay. So what is the process again? The wood one, we just laid just still, okay, is a student. Student's mind. Is a student's mind. Should be still. It should be ready to be worked upon. Okay. Okay. And the second wood is a pranava. Here's a pranava, or the mantras of Upanishad. That's the second wood. Okay. And that second wood is working upon the first wood. And who does that process is a guru. Guru. Okay. Who does the chanting process? That's the guru. Okay. And that's why it's necessary to have all these three components in place. Okay. We need Vedanta, the Upanishad. Okay. Here the mantra says pranava, Om. Okay. If by chanting and just meditating upon the Om, and if one can become that much aware or Om aware, it's fine. If it doesn't work, then let us expand the Om. The expansion of Om is Upanishad. Okay? The expansion of Om is Upanishad. Do that. How? With help of Guru. Okay. And what kind of base is needed? Steady. Not moving. Okay. Not what we say that control less. I don't know what to do. My mind will just go somewhere else. And when it's happy enough, it comes back. You know, by end of the talk, it come back. So such mind won't work. So better do upasanas. Okay. My mind is steady, single-pointed, follows my will. All the qualities are necessary. That's why sadhana chatushtaya.
The wood has to be dry as well.
Good. Wood has to be dry also. The wet wood won't work. Okay. Dry means dry from all these worldly ambitions, worldly desires, worldly cravings. One is done with. Vairagya. Okay. So all these combinations are a must. Okay. And then there will be fire of self-knowledge. I told earlier also, by Shravana only the knowledge takes place. Shravana. Shravana is that great. Shravana brings knowledge, self-knowledge. Shravana brings self-knowledge. Okay.
Swamiji, but first there is little smoke, then Guru will go foo-foo, then the fire will come.
Guru will do a lot, that's okay.
Yeah.
But the Shishya also need to do Sahavirya Karvavai. Okay. So both party, definitely. There is an involvement of both parties, yes. Sukhe hona, yes. I remember Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi, he also says the same thing in area of that dry and wet. Okay. He says that if there is a gunpowder and little spark, gunpowder will catch. Okay. And then there is a dry wood. Okay. And spark, and there's some care also. Like, like a very dry leaves also we need. Some coconut hairs, dry hairs also we need. So little care, and then it will catch. Okay. And then the third category is a wet wood. The wet wood will even douse the fire also. Other wood also. It will douse the fire also. And the one who is just trying to ignite the fire also, his eyes will be red and all the crying and weeping wax.
Bad apple.
So Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi says that the seekers are also of three orders. Some of the seekers are like a gunpowder. A little knowledge is given and rest of the process happens. Gunpowder. So all ignorance just burns down. Some are like a dry twig or dry wood. Okay, some effort is necessary, but not much. Some effort is necessary, not much. And then again, it will also burn away their ignorance. And some or many, the third category is a wet wood. Not to explain, right? Okay. The third category is the wet wood, wet twigs. Okay. So forget fire. Okay, it will douse other fires also.
In the havens you do, in Bhavnagar, you don't use the wood method, you must use a matchbox.
The matchbox.
It takes too long, does it?
That's true.
How long does it take generally, do you know? It depends on monsoon season or...
Depends on monsoon season and depends on expertise also. Maybe equal to how much time it takes.
Really?
And because of expertise also needed, no?
Yeah.
You don't do it with the prism, the sunlight and the magnifying.
No.
No, in South
Oh,
and Sri
flint.
Lanka they do it with
Flint is another thing.
Yes, use matchbox, simple. Because the importance is given to Havan. Okay. And just consider that because it's a Havan, the fire is also sacred fire. And again, because there is a Ahuti with the mantra, the sacred mantra, powerful mantra, whole process is divine and sacred. Okay. So this particular way is also in our culture employed. Earlier, definitely yes, lot. The point over here is by using this analogy, the scripture or the Upanishad is telling that this kind of process one should undergo. Then and then, or after then, surely the self-knowledge will take place. Okay. This is a beautiful example you given. So now I'll just go through these words of the mantra. He says, Atmanam aranim krutva. Adha arani, the one kashta or the wood which is lying on the floor is a dry and steady. Okay. And Atmanam means my mind, the seeker's mind, so student's mind. Okay. So student mind is ready to gain the knowledge. Okay. Is ready. Is dry. Okay. Nothing else student's mind seeks. The student's mind, ideal student's mind is like a sponge, sucks the knowledge, directly takes. Okay. Not that after 15 minutes it's too much, now it's done. Now rest tomorrow. No, not like that. Okay. So that is such a state of mind the student is having, full of vairagya, quiet, alert and vigilant. Such a state of mind is very steady. How it is done? By upasana. Upasana. That's why all these upasanas are a must. And more we understand the value, the importance of upasana, more we become serious about performing upasana also. Otherwise, some things, okay, I just want to meditate upon the consciousness principle. I don't need all this. Why? Because my mind is negativity free. Yes, congratulations. But still there are other qualities also are needed. What I just mentioned. So that's Atmanam Aranim Krutva. That's one. Pranavam cha Uttaram Arani. Pranava, the Om, or I just said that Upanishad mantras. The teaching of Upanishad. That's a Uttara Arani, the second wood stick. Okay, which will rub against the first one. Rub against means what? That process upon the student's mind. The mind is, student is trying to understand it. Students try to grasp the import of mantras of Upanishad. How? By Guru naturally. By Guru naturally. Okay, and that's why it's quite clearly said that in this zone only self-study doesn't work. only self-study doesn't work. Self-study on top of the teaching from Guru Acharya works, yes. So, and again, there's a Gnana Nirmathana Abhyasat. Means by contemplating upon the mantras of Upanishad. For how long? It depends. Till the fire is created. How long you churn? Till the fire create. So, it's not a time bound, it's a process bound. It's not a time bound, it's a process bound. And the beauty is when we are into process, the element of time just goes off. We are out of that such a rudimentary mind where the time based activities are being considered. When we are engrossed into this process, let it be whatever time. That mindset also naturally comes. We have experienced also many a times. Okay, so process based. So here we can say for a long time. How long it depends. Okay, so that teaching happens as a result by that abhyasa bala, by the power of the study. It doesn't happen by first churning, the first round of churn. It needs to churn again and again and again and again and again and again. As a result, there is a awareness. As a result, there is a knowledge. As a result, there is a fire in a wood. That should be our process, our attitude, and our go-to method. Okay. And as a result, Panditam, by this, what happens? The knowledge definitely takes place. This is a time-tested wisdom. What time-tested wisdom is? Many seekers has become realized by this way. And many realized masters are endorsing this process. Like that. Time-tested wisdom. Because our intellect needs some pramana, some, proof, affirmation and all. So that is also there.
Swamiji, how many mantras are there in Kaivalya Upanishad?
In Kaivalya, there are two sections. Section 1 has around 20. I'll check. 24. And section 2 has 1. 25 mantras. 25 mantras. Okay. And we are at 11. Almost halfway. Okay. So as a result of this process, the knowledge takes place, and then the seeker, the student, is been addressed as a Pandita by Shruti. Pandita means a Gnani. Panda yasya pragna iti Panditaha. Means knowledge. One is a person with the knowledge. Okay. And what Pandita does, okay, what one's own knowledge does, Pasham Dahati. Once Dahati burns down, knowledge burns down all the ignorance, okay. Fire burns down whatever the surrounding is or whatever is thrown in a fire, it will burn down. The same way, here this fire of self-knowledge will burn down Pasham. The Pasha is bondage, basically. Okay. It's called Ashtapashta. There's another way of telling that ignorance and it's all generations. So Ashtapasha, that Lajja, Gruna, Bhaya, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Irsha, Dvesha, like that has been given. Means all the negativities also, and delusion and delusion based dualness. Dvaita Bhava. It will burn down. It will burn one's own ego. Okay, to make it more simple. Such knowledge will burn down one's own ego. when there is no ego, no karma bandhana also. Doership is gone now. I can never be a doer. Is that clear? No matter what is done by so-called me, I can never be a doer. Okay? Means there is no karma bandhana also.
So things happen through you, it's like that. You're not a doer, then what is
But things happen as though I do. I appear to be doing like that. Okay? Upanishad also elsewhere says dhyayati iva lelayati iva, as though there is some actions, some transactions happening. It appears to be. Okay. So such is a power of a knowledge, and such is the power of this process also. Okay. So knowledge is like a fire. And fire definitely comes up by right process. That should be clarity. My mind, state of my mind should be of ideal type. And further, whatever I need to do, I do. Whatever is lacking, I fulfill. Okay. So that's the process. So after meditation, this process also is given. But time is also up.
Swamiji, I have a question. So self-knowledge is a paravidya.
Yeah.
So aparavidya is, in Mundak Upanishad it says Rigved, Yajurved, Samved, all those are apara?
Yeah, actually, yes, apara. But how it should see? Rigved, Yajurved, Samaved, Atharvaved. See, Veda states both para and apara vidya. Veda has karma kanda also and a gnana kanda also. So all karma kanda mantras of Vedas are apara vidya.
Okay.
So Shruti is pointing that part of Veda.
This is a confusion.
Okay.
Because Upanishad is paravidya.
Upanishad is para vidya.
Quite different question from our Upanishad. You've been giving us wonderful breakdown on Gita and all that. So Arjun had no knowledge. That's why Krishna was telling him that you are. So then why does he tell, you just described as a Pandita, that you have acquired all the knowledge so you can be called Pandita. So why does Krishna call him Pandita in the second chapter? He said Asocha, Nasocham, Gnana Socha, Pandit. Why Arjun is Pandit then?
Okay. That's true. Bhagwan just in the second chapter, why says Asocha Nanva Sochastvam Pragna Vadanscha Bhasase Gatasuna Gatunsa Nanu Sochanti Panditaha. So Arjuna, Bhagwan, by stating this statement, tells you become like a Pandita. Right now you are not, you are a Pandita.
Asochana Pandita.
So that is like an ideal of ideal person. Okay. How ideal person or Pandita thinks or behave, that's what is being told over there.
He says you are not thinking like a Pandita.
Yes, you are unlike the Pandita you are
Okay,
thinking.
So that's why. Yes.
Okay, so that much. And so mantra 11, I think till here we have done. And let's say Mass will next Sanyama, or you have some other thoughts also. Let us see. So we'll carry forward from 11th, 12th onwards. Wherever.
Yeah.
Whenever.
Do you need, when you go forward, do you need what we've already covered, or you just, a brief summary will just cover it? Right?
Now, I'll just give you a brief summary now. Now I'll just also make a mental note. Everybody also will make that where we paused,
We've got
this
it
time.
recorded as well, of course.
Yes, recording also there. Okay. So it was wonderful. Yeah? We'll do Purnamada. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।